Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to Breslov PARSHA Vayakhel. Vayakhel, Moshe gathered all the people together, right? He taught them about Shabbos. He says, do not light a fire on Shabbos. And here's how you're going to build the sanctuary. A few weeks ago, Truma, it was told how to build the sanctuary. This week it actually takes place, the building of the sanctuary by Betzalel and Oliov and the others who participated in building the sanctuary. But the pasuk starts off, the parsha starts off with Vayakhel, and Moshe gathered the people. Gathered, brought them together. The sanctuary was built because of unity. That's the message of the week, unity. Rabbi Nachmans told the story, in the story of the 7 beggars. It's the 5th day of the 7 beggars. Told the story of a beggar who was a hunchback. And there were a few people gathered together and they spoke about their powers, something called Miyut Machzik Es Amruba. Rashi explains Vayakhel Moshe brought all the people together, and Rashi explains that this was one of the places where a little place held many, right? They were all gathered by the ark. The ark wasn't built yet, They were all gathered by the tablets, by Moshe, by the tent of meeting, all of them, 600,000 men, and then they had the women and the children, the mixed multitude. Everybody was there just by the tent of meeting, and everybody heard Moshe, everybody spoke to him, and so on. It's called Miyut, the little that holds much. So Rabbi Nachmans spoke about this hunchback. He said there were a group of people who were speaking about their powers of Miyut Machzik Es Amruba, the little that holds much. And one said he has a field where the yield of crops is much, much more than the ground could actually yield. He has that kind of a field. It's just like it yields 20 times, 30 times, 50 times the amount of crops that another similar field could yield. Another said he was a secretary by a king, and there were hundreds, perhaps thousands of people that came to the king with their requests, and he was able to take all their requests, put it into just a couple of words. The many, the little that holds much. Many people, much, but he was able to put all their requests into just a couple of words and bring it to the king. And so on. So there were many people this way. The hunchback said, those are all great levels, but I have a level that's beyond that too. My level of little that holds much is I am at the end of space. And I am the bridge between space and beyond space, right? And that's a little that holds much, because space, right, is much, but it's little because he can go beyond space. Beyond space, there's nothing. How many angels could dance on the head of a pin? Hundreds of millions of billions, because there's no space, beyond space. Rabbi Nachmans tells a story. He says, I'll prove it to you that I could do it. There was once a group of people that thought and wondered, is there such a tree that exists where every animal could find the shade that it seeks in that tree, under that tree, and every bird could find the branch that it wants to perch on? Is there such a tree that could hold everything together? And they found out there is such a tree. And they said, we're going to go. We're going to go to that tree. Let's go. But then an argument broke out. Is it to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west? And someone said, well, how are you going to get to the tree if you don't have, if you don't know where it is, right? Because north, south, where is it? Where is that tree? But you can't get to that tree unless you have the attributes of the tree. There are three roots to that tree. One is fear and awe of God. One is faith in God. And one is humility. These are the three roots of that tree. The trunk itself of the tree is truth. If you have these four attributes, you can get to the tree. If you don't, you can't get there. Well, all the people wanted to go to the tree, and they realized that with the argument they're not going to be able to get there because they don't all have the attributes of the tree. So they worked very hard. There was a lot of unity among these people, despite the fact that they disagreed on where it is. And they all worked together until they all attained these four attributes of humility, faith, awe, and truth. And suddenly, they all realized where the tree is. They all knew. Because when you have one, when you have unity, true unity, you all reach that same concept, so there's no argument. Right? Where there is truth, there is no argument. It's unity, it's one. There can't be two parts, there's one. So they started traveling to the tree, and they came there, and they found that this tree does not stand rooted in the ground. It's above, it's in space. And the hunchback was there with them, and he said to them, I could help you get to the tree. I am that bridge between space and beyond space, and I will help you get to the tree. That's the idea of the story. The concept behind it, for what we are involved with, is that, yes, there are a lot of attributes. These are the main attributes that people have to have when it comes to serving God. You also need a lot of unity to be able to make it work, right? Now, the tree itself represents the Torah, the tree of life that was in the Garden of Eden, where all the animals, all the plants, all the birds, everything was there in the garden. And they could all have had a wonderful life under that tree. But you need a tzaddik, somebody who could bring you together. Vayakhel Moshe gathered the people. Moshe was that tzaddik who was able to bring all the people together to a concept of unity. When you have unity, me and my friend, me and my wife, me and my children, me and my neighborhood and my shul, whatever, the more we spread the concept of unity, the more we're able to understand the benefits of faith, the benefits of awe and respect, of fear of God, the benefits of humility, not walking around arrogant or whatever, and of course the benefits of truth and honesty. Every day we say Shema Yisrael. In the conclusion of the Shema we say Hashem Elokeichem Emes. God is the God of truth. Right? We say that. So when we have that idea, when we realize that we want to say Shema Yisrael, but we say it because we want the truth and we want the unity with Hashem, then all that we need will be able to find that beautiful, wondrous tree where all the animals, the wolf and the lamb, the lion and the ox, right? Two opposites, right? One is a predator, one is prey, and yet they all get together. And that's the way it will be when Mashiach comes. How can we make it happen? By acting with as much unity as possible, forgetting strife, passing over strife, and Be'ezah Hashem, with that we'll all fulfill the concept of Vayakhel Moshe, and we will merit to the unity that will be in the world, the great peace that Isaiah chapter 10, I think it is, right, chapter 11, right, that Isaiah speaks about, that wonderful, wondrous truth and peace that will reign when Mashiach comes. B'mheira b'yameinu. Amen.